All right, guys, today we are going to talk about some changes that we are making here at Quality Trucking Equipment. This is Marlin, and I'm from Quality Trucking Equipment, and the only thing we do here is build hooklift trucks. So today I'm going to tell you some changes that we're making. You know, as a business owner, one of the things that I got to do every day is look at our business and our business model and say, do we got to make any changes or any adjustments? Today, we're going to talk about some changes that we're going to make. They're not big changes, but they're exciting for us. So, most of you know us as a company that I'm going to say maybe builds a cookie cutter truck. I feel like that's downplaying a little bit what we do because I think we build really cool trucks here, but our trucks are pretty basic and they're pretty much all the same. A lot of the trucks that you see here in our yard, they're white and they got a nice chrome package. They're built very well. We have not offered a lot of extras with the trucks we've built, but that is one thing we're going to start doing here. Now, why did we not do this sooner? Why did we not offer all these options before? We went through some tough times, went through some really difficult times, and they taught us some important lessons. And I told our team, look, we're going to get really, really good at building hooklift trucks, basic hooklift trucks, before we start opening up to a lot of different options here. So that's why we did that. But today, I'm really excited to present to you this beautiful blacked out truck. Now, in the past, we've had customers ask us for these options. Black wheels, black toolbox, you know, they like the black look, and we've kind of steered away from that because we've said it's not something we really want to do yet. But we're going to start doing that, and I'm going to show you this truck here in the background here in just a minute. We're going to go down through the bits and pieces that we've added to this truck to make it look like it is and let you know what we can do on pretty much any truck that we have here in our lot. Just going back a little bit, we went back and interviewed some of our customers and asked them, hey, what are you looking for? What options would you like? And this is the feedback that we got from a lot of people is they love the blacked out look. You know, the real moment for me was when we were down this spring in Florida at the Dumpster Runner Network show. Joe Maxey put on a beautiful, amazing show. Joe, thank you for that. You did an amazing job. I enjoyed my time there so much. I met so many cool people there. I just love visiting with the guys in this industry because it's a great industry to be in. Great guys, great operators, and I really enjoyed it. And if you've never been there, you ought to go there because I think you'll get a lot of benefit, a lot of value out of networking with all the people that attend those shows. But anyhow, it was Saturday night after the show. We were sitting there enjoying each other's company, visiting with different dumpster guys down there. And Joe walked into our group and we were standing there visiting. And I said, Joe, give me some feedback. I said, you know the kind of trucks we build. You know our marketing. I said, tell me what we at Quality Trucking Equipment could do better for our customers. And you know what? He didn't even miss a beat. He didn't even stop and think for 2 seconds. He just said, Marlin, you got to give your customers more options. He said, I watch your videos. I listen to you. I see the trucks you guys put out. He said, I completely understand why you're doing that, the way you build them, but he said, you got to give your customers more options. He said, we as dumpster owners, dumpster truck operators, owners, we like to brand our business. And let's talk about the branding for a minute. I believe that branding has become a bigger thing in the last 4 years than it's ever been before. I think it's great to brand your business, set yourself apart. I think the guys that are doing that, there's a reason they're doing it. And I know that they're getting more business or they wouldn't be doing it. There's no way they're spending all that money if they're not getting positive feedback, payback from that. And Joe told me, he said, the guys that are branding, it's working for them. So I think if you're thinking about branding your business, I think that's really, really important to do that. And you got to look at it and say, how can I set myself apart from everybody else? So what's the number one thing that you hear today in the dumpster business? If you go on the Facebook groups and you say, I'm thinking about starting a dumpster company, what do you guys think? And I always enjoy reading the comments because it's just like boom, 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 one after another. Highly saturated market. It's a race to the bottom, you know, and all these negative things about dumpster companies. Well, let me ask you this question. What market isn't saturated? It's not just the dumpster companies. There's a lot of different markets today that are very heavily saturated. They're very competitive. There's a lot of people in them. And the other one that I think of immediately is the towing business. I was involved in towing for many years. We ran into that all the time. Because think about it. You can go buy a ragged out rollback and you can be hauling cars tomorrow for $50 a tow. Those were the people that I competed with for many years. It was very easy to get into the industry. You don't need a special license. You can easily pick up an old rollback for $10,000. I mean, there's even guys with pickups and trailers going out and hauling cars, and you're now a car transporter and you can do anything the big guys can. So there's a lot of industries that are highly saturated. It's not just the dumpster business. How can you set yourself apart that you stand out from the crowd? And we want to help you do that as you grow your business. We want to have options for you. You know, I know we have a lot of white trucks here. We're going to start adding more color into the trucks we build here and more options that you can brand your business, you can stand out, and that when people see your trucks, they don't even have to see the name on the side. They just know that they know who that is by the color, by the add-ons. They know who that is, and it sticks in their mind. You have to give customers something that sticks in their mind. And for us, it feels like we have to continually market the same thing over and over, but that it's stuck in people's minds, and that's what you need to do with your customer and with your trucks so that they know who you are. And when they need a dumpster, they know exactly who to call. They might not remember the number. They might not even remember the name. But if they Google it, they'll see your trucks, the color scheme, and they'll say they know exactly who that is. That's the company we want to come out and pick up our trash because they're a legit company. They care about their business. They run nice equipment. So anyhow, let's get into this truck that we're going to show you today. So we have got a 2026 International MV. It's got the 3000 series Allison transmission giving you live PTO. It's a very basic truck. It's not got a lot of extras. But what we did is blacked it out, and I'm going to talk about each one of those items that we did, the way we did it, so you can understand how we did it and what we can offer to you as an add-on for any of the trucks that you would like to order. So let's start with the bumper. So that was a chrome bumper, and we removed that bumper and we took it to a local paint shop. So I did my homework. The last thing that we want to do is black out a truck, and then this stuff starts to peel and look really ugly within 6 months, because guess who's going to be held liable for that? It will be Quality Trucking Equipment, and we don't want that to happen. So I called my local paint shop that I have used for almost 20 years now. He's a great friend of mine. He does a phenomenal paint job. And I said, look, we want to start offering this to our customers, blacking out the bumper, the wheels, whatever. But I said, we gotta do it right. He said, Marlon, I've been doing this a long time. And he said, it is the new rage. He said, I've had a lot of it just in the last few years. And he said, this is the process that we use. He said, we sandblast that chrome down, and we paint it, and we cover it with a clear coat. And he said, it's holding up very well. And then he listed different customers right here in Clare that are running trucks that have the bumpers, wheels painted, and he said, go look at them. He said, they're holding up, they look beautiful. And there's trash haulers right here in Clare. There's a dumpster company locally here that's blacking out all their trucks. And I went by and looked at them, and they look beautiful. And they are in some of the toughest environment every day hauling trash. And you know, their trucks were kind of dirty, but the bumper, wheels, everything looked great. So we feel really confident about the way we went about doing this, that it'll work and last for a long time. So there you got the bumper. Simply take the OEM bumper, take it off, sandblast it, and they paint it with a base coat and then cover it with a clear coat so it's nice and shiny and will last for a long time. The aluminum wheels here, those are the original aluminum wheels that we simply took off and took to the paint shop. And again, he sandblasted them, put a base coat on, and clear coated them. Now, I know that you can go out and buy black wheels right from some of these aftermarket people. And we're willing to offer that too as an option for our customers if they would prefer that. It's a little more expensive route. Obviously, if you want to save money, this is a much more cost-effective route to use the aluminum wheels that are on the truck. And if he sandblasts them, that roughens up the surface and that paint will stick and it will look good for a long time. The chrome center caps, I was a little on the fence. Should they be black or should they be chrome? I'll be honest, I'm a chrome guy, so it's really hard for me to completely black this truck out without some chrome. But if you want black center caps, we can do that. Now, my painter did tell me he has, he's done the grill, he's done the mirrors, but he said that stuff is much harder to get the paint to stick to that. It's so flimsy because that's just the coating on there. He said you just about can't get it rough enough to get the paint to stick long term. So if you want to black out all that, I will tell you, you're probably gonna have to take the risk of it maybe peeling down the road, because it's a tough material to cover. Let's take a look at this grill here. You know, the nice thing about this International, most of this grill is black. You only have this chrome here. I think it looks really sharp with a little bit of chrome, but if you want it completely blacked out, we can do that. So then just moving back through the truck here, we did put a black toolbox on. That's a black buyer's toolbox. It came black, so that's a factory black. That should hold up very well. We put the shovel and broom holder. That's been an option that we've offered for a long time, but that also comes black. It's an option that you can add. I think it's a really good option to add to hold your shovel and brooms, and we can also put the third one in here if you'd like 3 of them, so it's very easy to do that. Trash can, we got the factory black trash can, the holder and the trash can, along with the cone holder here. So we are going to stock all this stuff now here in stock. If you want to add it to your truck, we can do that. Cone holder, the very simple frame mounted cone holder. Put a couple cones in there, and you could probably add at least another 2 cones to that, or you would run into the bottom of your dumpster, maybe 3. We use our black poly fender. That goes well with this blacked out truck, but that's a fender that we've used for a long time. Again, we've got the back wheels here, the aluminum wheels, but again, we got the center cap here. Like I said, if you want that black, that is an option, but we had to put a little bit of chrome on. Let's move around to the back of the truck. We did add the pintle hitch. All of our trucks are built to pull a trailer. That is standard on all of our trucks. We don't put the hitch on because it seems like everybody has a different style of hitch that they want to use, either a pintle hitch or they want the 2.5-inch receiver bolted on there. So we usually leave that empty. We added the pintle hitch to this truck. It does have the extendable bumper, which can easily be removed. Obviously, you need to remove it if you want to pull the trailer, but that's something that you can do. It's got the built-in strobe lights right here. Your camera, it's got the guard over the camera. That is a really, really nice blacked out truck. And if you want to add more black, you even can. Let's just talk a little bit about the equipment. It's got the standard SL214 Swaploader hoist. Guys, you know that's one of our favorite hoists. It's one of our most popular hoists. That's a 20,000-pound hoist. It'll do 16-foot containers with a 2-foot overhang. That's got the adjustable jib height from 36 to 54. It's got the universal body locks. Almost every one of our trucks that we build now have the universal body locks because they've done so well for us. Our customers have really learned to like them, and they now request that in almost every truck. So we still have the old body lock style, and you can even add that body lock style to this hoist if you'd prefer to go back to that. So don't let that stop you from buying this truck. If you want to stay with the old locks, you simply unbolt this and you bolt back that plate and you're in business. Obviously, this is an upcharge for this. I mean, these hoists are a little more expensive with the universal body lock, but we can remove that if you need to. So yeah, great hoist. It's a great setup. It's a very popular size truck for us. And of course, the Sherco tarp system. That is a tarp that has done very well for us. It's full electric, extendable gantry, and you can adjust your tarp easily for the different bins that you're hauling. Makes it very easy. So that's been a great tarp. It runs off a remote inside the cab, or you've got buttons on the other side that you can operate from outside the cab. You've got your LED floodlights at the back, which are really cool. And one thing that we didn't add to this truck that we easily can is floodlights at the back bumper. That is also something that customers often request, is they want floodlights at the back, and we can easily add that. That's not a big deal. Another thing that we didn't put on this truck that has become very popular is an overhead light bar. So we have been doing more and more of that. I wish we would have put one on this truck, but we didn't, because not everybody needs one, and that obviously adds a fair bit of cost to the truck if you want to do that. There's different ways to put the light bar on a truck. The best way is if you can get the brackets that it mounts on the edge of the roof. Not all trucks can you do that. They don't make brackets for every one of them. I hate drilling holes on a brand new truck to mount the light bar. I just do not like that. That just wholly goes against everything that I believe about a new truck. It just feels wrong to drill holes and put in those nutserts and hope that you can caulk it good enough that it doesn't leak down the road. So we have not done that on the new truck. What we've done is, if we can buy the brackets to go on the side of the cab, we'll do that. If they don't make them brackets, the other way that we've done it is we've built a bracket off the tarp gantry that comes up, comes forward, and then straight up. And the light bar sits right behind the cab, right up there. And on some of the big trucks, what we've done is actually just built a bracket right from the frame rail right from the front of the tarp here and went straight up. The last thing I want is you guys calling and saying, hey, my light bar ripped loose from the hood. That takes a lot of, if it's a big light bar, that thing will get to shaking when you're going down the road, and it takes a good bit to mount it down. Another thing that we've done, I did this on a T880 Kenworth, and he wanted his on the roof. And so we were able to find pads. I think they stuck on with 3M, and so far they've been working very well. It was a small light bar. It was only about that wide. And so that worked very well, but a lot of guys want the really wide light bar. And so that's another thing that we can offer for an additional price, and that guys have really liked, because obviously that really makes a real safety thing when you're out there. It gets people's attention with having that overhead light bar. So yeah, we've got all these options, a couple more things that we can probably add that you guys think of. I'd like to hear from you guys what options you'd like and what you think are good for a truck. And we want to make them more standardized where we have them here. We know the price. A lot of the stuff that I all mentioned today is actually not that costly. If you break it down, and I don't have that breakdown with me, but if you call in, we're going to tell you, hey, it's this much for the bumper, it's this much for the wheels. You know what? I forgot about that. Let's go around to the other side and look out the fuel tank. That was an aluminum fuel tank that we painted black. So there it is. Black tank, black straps, black steps, all blacked out. And again, when you break it down, that is not that costly to do that. And we do it correctly. We remove all that stuff off the truck and take it to the paint shop. The bumper, the wheels, the tank, all that gets removed so that he can sandblast the entire thing, so that you don't walk in here and look in and say, oh, I can still see chrome on the sides, on the back side. We do it correctly. So there's the options that we got for you. All right, guys, we went over the outside of this truck, the different options that we added. Let's jump inside the truck, and I just want to show you the interior of an International MV so that you can see for yourself how nice of an interior it is. So let's jump in and take a look at it. All right, let's just do a quick review of the interior of the International MV. Guys, it is a very nice cab. It's laid out very nice. It's got really good visibility. I like the curved windshield. I love the sloped hood. Air ride seat. You got the controls on the steering wheel here. You've got your exhaust brake, differential lock. Everything is here. Easy access. Power mirrors, power lock, power windows, heat, defrost on the mirrors, turning signals in the mirror. Nice tall mirror. You got overhead storage compartments up here. Place for a CD radio. And one of the things that makes the International MV popular is it's got the bench seat. So every now and then we get a guy calls and says, hey, I got to have a truck with a bench seat. That's one of the reasons we get the International this way, is because it gives people an option if they want a bench seat. It seems like most of the time they want just a single passenger seat. This is a really nice option if you got your boys, children that want to ride with you. There's seat belts. You can set your lunchbox, your clipboard, whatever. So that does make it really, really nice. And guys really like that. And then you've got storage, plenty of storage underneath the seat here. Here's the controllers for the Swaploader. You can mount these down. We let them loose because it seems like everybody wants them at a different spot. It is on a tethered cord, so you can stand outside the truck and operate the hoist, or you can simply mount this down here anywhere and operate it here. We've had guys put in the like a pogo stick right here in the center, and maybe put Velcro on. They can stick it on, operate it, pull it loose, stand outside. And so that is something that we can do too for you, is fasten it down if you just tell us how you want that done. So yeah, I like the International MV interior. It's a nice laid out interior. It's a very well laid out. It drives, operates very nice. I've operated these trucks multiple times and have been very impressed with how they handle and how they ride down the road. And so yeah, I think it's a great option. They do have the Allison transmission, but it's not your keypad like you guys are used to. It's got it right here. It's just a knob. Forward is drive, and then backwards is reverse. That's simple. So I'm not sure why they went that route. I like that because that's what I'm used to. But this is something that's right here. It's easy access. You don't have to reach up here in the dash and hit it. So that's pretty much the interior. I think it's a great interior. I think you guys would really, really like it. International makes a really, really nice truck. We're going to jump back outside and just go over a few more things about this truck. So let's get into it. All right, guys, one thing that I got to continue to stress on these videos is we got to talk about the truck weight, what the truck can haul. And here, I'll give you a quick story of why I got to share this with you. Just this week, I had the unfortunate thing happen. A customer called and was so angry, yelling, screaming, hollering, and carrying on because he said, I bought a brand new truck from you, and it does not haul what I thought it should haul. And he said we misled him, we didn't give him the information we should have. And I was like, wow, I was so confused. I said, if you watch any of our videos, I share tons of information about trucks, and I go over what the truck can carry, what it can haul, what the truck weight is. And anyhow, we never try to mislead customers, and we never try to sell a truck that isn't going to work for you. If you watch any of my previous videos, you've heard me say it many times, we want to get a truck that's right for you, the customer, not what we think we should sell you, because that's a poor salesman when he tries to sell you something you don't need. So we try to be very upfront with what the truck can do, and we probably don't break it down piece by piece to every customer like we should. So I'm just going to go over it again, and I think most of you guys understand what these trucks can haul. But the guy had bought a Kenworth. It was D-rated to 26,000 pounds, and I was so confused. I said, well, what did you register the truck for? And he said he registered at 40,000 pounds on a 26,000 GVW truck. So why would you do that? And he was so angry that he couldn't haul 20,000 pounds on his rear axle. So federal law, anywhere in the US, federally, you can haul 20,000 pounds on a single axle. And I think it's 34,000 on a tandem. I should have had that information. I think that's what it is. But we all know that you surely can't put 20,000 pounds on the back and not be overweight. There's no way under the sun that you wouldn't be overweight on an under CDL truck at 26,000. So anyhow, this truck here, we weigh every truck before we sell it. So this truck weighs 14,760 pounds. Let's take a popular size dumpster, which would be a 20-yard, 16-foot tub style. That weighs 3,800 pounds. That gives you a gross weight with the dumpster on and no trash in it of 18,560 pounds. This is an under CDL truck. 26,000 pounds is where it will be registered at if you don't want to go over the 26. And so that means you have a 7,440 pound carrying capacity of trash. That's the amount of trash, roughly 7,500 pounds, what you can legally haul and not be overweight. So if you have a truck this size and you're going to put a flatbed on it and haul a skid loader that weighs 12,500 pounds, you will be overweight, 100%. You will be overweight. I want to start stressing that and make sure, because I don't want to mislead people and make them believe that they can haul something extremely heavy on this and still be under the weight that they can legally haul. So I just wanted to clarify that, but it's good to be reminded of that. We do weigh every truck. So if you guys are ever, if you're looking at a truck anywhere else, call us. We'll tell you the weight. They should be very close, because if the engine, transmission are about the same, these trucks pretty much all weigh that, because there's not a lot of differences on the weights of the chassis. So anyhow, I just wanted to clarify that. So, all right, what's this truck worth? What's the asking price with all the extras on it? It's actually not that bad. $166,500 will get you this truck with these options. So like I said, it's actually not that expensive to add all those things, and we'd be glad to either price out a truck with every one of those options, even more or less, whatever you want. So $166,500 gets you into a brand new International with these options that you can letter up, brand it to fit your business, and you'll look really, really good in it. Your driver will look good, and your driver will feel proud to operate a truck like this. So we've got plenty of trucks here. We've got Internationals, Kenworths, Peterbilts, Freightliners, Isuzus, Western Stars, Mack. What did I miss? We have pretty much everything here, and we've got multiple options. We've got them in 26,000 GVW. We have them in 33,000 GVWs. We actually have them in 66,000 GVW tandem axle Freightliners. We're going to start stocking the 114 SD. Got our first one in the other day. So for you guys that are looking for tandem axle, don't want to go to the triaxle, we have those options. And then we have multiple triaxles in Kenworth, Peterbilt, Western Star here. So guys, we have options. We have a lot of trucks coming in, so we're excited to share these trucks with you. And so call us. We can always order chassis. That's the other cool thing. The time frame to order a brand new chassis is way different than it was a couple years ago. We can have a lot of these chassis sometimes within 60 days, but 90 days is pretty much realistic for all the make models out there. It's usually within 90 days from the time we order it, it will be in our yard. And then you can order exactly how you want it with all the options, horsepower, whatever it is that you want, we can help you out with that. So guys, give us a call. We love talking about trucks, and we're here to help you. And don't hesitate to reach out to anybody on our sales team here, and we'll give you all the information that you're looking for and coach you through on the truck that'll work right for you. So give us a call, 989-802-9999. 0907. And until next time, keep it quality.